was entertaining. I did not expect that.
That was pretty fantastic.
We are the Watch Fashion Police.
You will be judged.
I can hear an echo coming through in somebody's computer or something. Somebody's got some sort of speaker running or something. Anyway, guys, it's Monday. Mondays are for fashion. I don't know if you're aware of that, but apparently it's mainly because Michaela has the day off. She's not running a restaurant on a Monday, so it turned into Fashion Day. We did an episode a few weeks ago. Still getting that echo. I got to fix that somehow. And yeah, has somebody got a speaker on or anything like that?
I got ear pods in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have my headphones in.
I didn't make settings, echo cancellation. Come on, guys. So yeah, we did this. The first one we did the Met Gala, of course, with Michaela, and this time around we've got, of course, my cohort from the Eye Bashers, Dirk Kennedy.
Hello. How fun!
We're gonna look at the Cannes Film Fest.
Fantastic.
Yeah, all the watches that showed up at that. Michaela, of course, is Michaela Chatillon from the wonderful YouTube channel Maison Chatillon, which is growing now exponentially, I noticed. I just checked out your channel earlier, darling. You seem to be gaining some traction, which is nice.
Fantastic. Yeah, you have a lot of great people that came over to support my channel, and they've just been so crazy nice about everything, and really appreciate that. So yeah, welcome to all of the people who came to me.
I noticed you showing a few watches in there too, like on your Instagram and stuff. So
since I've noticed a lot of the watch community coming to follow me, I wanted to show them some of the stuff I see day to day. And basically at my cafe house, I'm here every single day. I'm like a working owner, and I have a lot of guests and customers who come in and they were wearing watches. So now I decided to start taking pictures of them and posting them, since all of these watch guys may be curious and entertained by it. And yeah, a lot of the men here love Seikos. There's so many Seikos, it's crazy. But yeah, it's been fun. And seeing the interesting things, like I've come out of my shell a little bit and, ask people like, can I see what you're wearing? And people are always excited to oblige unless it's like fake something, which has happened. But, I'm no expert at spotting it, but sometimes you can just tell. And
it doesn't work as well when you're a guy. When you're a guy, that doesn't work as well when you say, hey, your watch is nice. Can I see it? Quite often do. I mean, it's a gamble. It's like,
really
50-50. The guy might say, oh yeah, sure. And, or he could be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Leave me alone.
Really?
Stop talking about my watch.
I've never had somebody be weirded out by it. I mean, I've had a few really shy people who are wearing something cool and I just can't help it. I have to ask them. And they're still happy to show it, and get a little bit of attention. I tell them, like, I'm not posting your info, don't worry. People love watches, they want to see them. So, but no one's ever been weirded out by it.
Speaking of watches, we should do a wrist check, because if we're going to be filleting people and their style and their stupid ass watches tonight, we better bring our own stuff to the table. I'm wearing the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph. Figured I'd do a bit of heavy hitting tonight, seeing as these are big famous stars at the Cannes. Got to stay up with them. What have you got on, Michaela?
I'm wearing a Breguet Transatlantique Type 21. I stole it, so
Can you get it up to the camera there? So
I don't know if it's going to show really clear, but
Jesus,
I have a ring light, which is
gorgeous.
My God,
it's humongous, but yeah, I like it a lot. I like the history and the class behind it. So
a lot of watches have a lot of DNA with Breguet.
Yeah, the earliest tourbillon maker. Dirk, I guess you're doing your Speedy.
I'm tried and true, one and done. My trusty Speedy. A man's watch.
And I love the way it's getting a little bit floppy on the bracelet there. It's getting a little bit like soft, and it's kind of working its way down your arms sometimes. That's kind of cool.
I think it's because I've been starving myself trying to get back to fighting weight. It's probably I've lost a little girth.
Fighting weight? What do you mean? What do you do?
No, fighting weight is an old term for getting back to your actual normal
Oh,
weight.
okay. I
Just
thought you
it's
were like a boxer or something cool.
no, no, no. I just the pandemic did a number on a lot of us, especially me. I learned how to bake everything and cook everything under the sun, so I got to reverse that and get serious about it.
Oh
My goal
no.
is to get back into perfect shape by the end of summer when it's completely useless. So
Right.
by September, I'm gonna be yes.
Does that mean you waited too long to start?
I always wait too long. I always
Well,
wait
you
too
were just
long.
on a vacation, right? So that's hard. You know, you don't
Yeah,
want
there was so much drinking. And of course, you get invited out by people. You've got what are you gonna do? Say no to a drink? You know, it seems rude to do
to. Yeah.
so. So I try not to do so. So the Cannes Film Festival, of course, we're a couple of weeks late on this, but I don't think anybody gives a shit. It was 10 days, 14 days ago. I was away, so we didn't get to do it then. But it's still worth looking at, and it's a very prestigious festival, and all the stars came along looking magnificent. There's Scarlett. She's thickened out a bit, didn't she? Wow. Kate. Kate, there's instant married for me. Kate Blanchett.
So
She
cool.
was wearing Louis Vuitton the whole time. I looked through everything. It's all Louis Vuitton couture. I'm not sure who the actual designer is for Louis because it's. I mean, it's fashion is kind of secondary to them compared to leather goods, but
Uh-huh.
looks great on her.
There's Michelle Yeoh. Of course, we're going to talk about her watch. Natalie Portman looking stunning, but no watch. Not that I can see unless she wears it on the right hand. I'm going to go through a list. These are just females actually on this video.
Sure.
But just to set the stage a bit, I'm a big fan of Viola Davis. I like her.
She's a brilliant actress.
Yeah. Radiant skin, shining skin.
Well, look at it on that black skin. That white contrast on her gorgeous chocolate-colored skin. She just looks magnificent. And also, that's reminiscent of like a 1970s Diana Ross couture dress because it looks very 70s inspired to me. Look at Helen Mirren.
What's
Wow.
going on with that?
In Periwinkle. Wow. What she does for
That's cool.
Periwinkle. Wow.
Gigi, always gorgeous. So beautiful.
Stunning.
Silence.
Silence. Not yet, it's because we're staring at the stunning beauty. So let's get to the first watch and let's start criticizing or complimenting, depending on how we feel. I'm going to start. Let me stop that screen. I'll start with. I think it was The Weeknd. Yeah, your favorite, right?
Oh God.
Already, I just see mess.
That looks like a woman's watch.
Well, it's Piaget.
Bust down Piaget. Yeah, great.
They're famously, Piaget are famously women's watches in most cases. The CEO is a woman. Her name escapes me right now. But this is called, what is the name of this crazy thing? It's the Limelight Gala high jewelry. So you can get a Limelight Gala for about 25, 30 grand, but not full of diamonds. Diamonds only on that bezel and that extended bezel that reaches out on both ends, those kind of snaky ends. I don't know what the fuck this costs. I mean, this has got to be like $1 million or $500,000 or something crazy like that. What are we feeling?
Unless it's paste.
Why would it be paste?
Well, I mean, costume jewelry. It could be a couple of real diamonds, and then he could have sent it to some jeweler, and they put Swarovski or some other form of paste on there. It could be. It's costuming.
For an event like this, though, do you think you would risk that?
I think people risk a lot of things. I don't know. I doubt it. He probably borrowed it because nobody really I'm sure he makes quite a lot of money, but nobody makes the kind of money that they used to make. So it's probably borrowed.
It's The Weeknd. He makes shitloads of money. You fucking
and he's actually popping up again because he did some HBO show, and he was starring in it, and he was co-producing or directing. So
he's very slim here.
Yeah, sorry, I've gone on to the next one.
He's
looking good. He's looking good.
He looks great. He lost weight. He looks terrific.
His hair, he's got it together, less crazy than it used to.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think he's handsome. He's got a good voice. When it comes to this haute jewelry. I don't think it's giving off the effect of like a watch as much as a really sparkly bracelet. That's kind of what it looks like to me. I like it, but I don't like it for a watch. If it was just a piece of jewelry, yeah. But
I concur.
mean, it also does look really feminine. And I don't know. I think he's like getting into some woke stuff. So I don't know. I'm just joking.
Well, I think everybody's so jumping on the, the trans, non-binary thing. What's girls is boys. What's boys is girls. Men are wearing skirts, not kilts. It's very fashionable to be androgynous, like Harry Styles, and he's wearing a piece of that watch. Looks like you'd see it on the wife of a 75-year-old billionaire in Stade. That's what it looks like while they're having cocktails. She got off the ski lift. He's having a cigar at the bar. She's with her boyfriend, who's also the ski instructor, and she's wearing that. That's what that looks like.
That is on point. Exactly. You just sold it.
What are we giving him then? What are we giving the weekend?
3 out of 10.
3. Oh, you guys are already brutal. Michaela's going to be worse.
No. I like it, but I just don't like it for a watch. But I'm not looking at it like a watch. I give it a 5.
I don't like diamonds on men at all.
So I understand that. But the thing is, for a watch, like if it was huge as well, I would be throwing up. But it's not. So I'm going to give it a 5 because at least it's kind of disguisable. And of course, at the Cannes Film Festival, it's less like fashion forward as the Met Gala. It's a little more traditional. Like he's wearing a tuxedo or dinner suit. He's wearing a bow tie. So he didn't do too much. So this is just like a fun little bling. But I think maybe it's just, for me, the reason I'm not going further with it is because it is a watch and not a piece of jewelry, not just a piece of jewelry. And also it's a little small. But if it wasn't this small, it would be worse. But I don't know. 5. I'm sticking with it.
Nice. I give him a 5 too because, it's a statement. He's gone... very traditional with everything else. He kept it low tone. How some of these rap singers and so on can get really gaudy, go all out there. Things can get really out of control. He's kind of held it back. He does have earrings in there that match. Speaking of the androgynous thing, so I guess we're in the time of men finding their feminine side. He's gone for a feminine watch. Whatever, I'll give him a 5. I mean, he could have made a bolder statement had it been a more kind of subdued watch, like a Roger Federer kind of, a Air King or something. But that's
I guess not in his vocabulary.
Right. So he's getting a 5. We're gonna move on to Michelle Yeoh. She was in the last one as well, the Met Gala one. Michelle is an ambassador, I guess, at this point for Richard Mille. They've been making watches specifically for her. She's mad about this shit. This is like a thing she's really into. This is not just, some watches certain people just put on. They're told, hey, you've got to wear this tonight. They're like, oh, that's nice. I don't know what that is, but I'll wear it. This woman knows her watches. If you go on the Richard Mille site, she's actually there looking at the movements and stuff. And she's on the top.
They pay her, right?
Well, assumably, and I can't imagine she's buying these watches. I mean, these watches are like $1 million, right? If you could get your hands on them. And she has a white one that she wore to the Met. Myself and Michaela were talking about this a few weeks back. I think this is almost identical, but in black.
Yeah, it does look. What it reminds me of with the last one is that it's not too busy, which I usually see with the Richard Mille. They're way too busy, in my humble opinion. I like this one for her because, like you're saying, she actually has a lot to do with the brand itself. And I don't know, it's not too bad. I don't think it goes with her outfit at all, though. I just don't. It really doesn't. It does not scream like femininity. And if she wanted to do like a little bit of that androgyny vibe, the rest of the outfit is not saying that. So it's not like cohesive. And I don't know.
Tim Wright says, Richard Mille is nasty. By the way, we're going live tonight. Obviously, guys, anybody watching, we've nearly 300 in the room. Anybody got any questions for Michaela or for Dirk? Fire ahead. Please keep it clean. Keep it respectful. If you don't, Tim will zap you like a mosquito.
Hi, Timmy.
Thanks, Tim.
So
I
I
think
think
this.
Michelle looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm a big fan. I think she was a great addition to the Star Trek universe. She won an Oscar this year. She's decked out in Boucheron, and that's a custom tailored Balenciaga.
Who was
Gorgeous.
she
Everything.
in Star Trek?
She was in Star Trek Discovery. She played two captains, the same captain in two alternate universes. So it
Oh,
was absolutely outrageous. The
mm.
show sucks, but she was great. Now, when you have Boucheron and you have Balenciaga, fabulous stuff, all tailored and styled for her, and then you have a Pez dispenser on her wrist again.
I love
So
it.
this just looks like during the night she could just go like this and get the little, get the candies out. It's just garbage.
Well, if it's that expensive, you should get some candy out of it at
You
least,
should get some
honestly.
candy. I mean, the dress, the satin Balenciaga is just absolutely outrageous, gorgeous, and the train on it, you can't see it. I looked earlier through most of the shots. It was absolutely the bodice. It's just the train, the satin. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful wrap, gorgeous. She's fabulous. She's having her moment.
She just has to do the RM thing. These are statement pieces. RM doesn't match anything. It doesn't match with anything. What RM are you going to wear with a suit, with a shirt? What are you going to do? It's always going to stand out. It's always going to be weird. It's going to pop. It's going to be the opposite of whatever you've got on. I mean, I'm not sure you could match an RM successfully with anything.
I think you can. What if you're a clown?
Oh my God.
If you're handing out candy at a
it would be fantastic. A big, if you're Bozo and hey kids, gumdrops. It just looks like toys.
Or if your sleeves are long enough to cover it, then you're good too.
To cover it, right?
And you can feel really good about yourself, because you're wearing like a huge price tag on your wrist. You get that feeling, but no one has to see it.
That's the problem with stuff like that. Rappers and people whose whole personas revolve around look at my money. That is the statement. This costs $250, $300, $500,000 instead of finding a vintage Cartier or Vacheron Constantin, something beautiful and elegant that matches your statement dress or suit. This is it's more like just look at the money. That's a shame. Shouldn't ever be about that. Should be about the fashion, the style.
So go ahead, fillet her, and give her a vote. Then I guess it's just out of 10.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
9.
For the watch, 0.
0.
10 out of 10 for the dress and the jewelry. She's a goddess.
She looks like perfection, other than this giant monstrosity on her wrist.
Yeah.
I would say I'm gonna give it a 3 because I like her, and it's at least blacked out, so it kind of goes with the gloves. It's over the gloves. That's kind of cool, but it's not my favorite. It's not as bad as, and look, I don't know this guy's name. I've never seen the show, but the guy from Succession, in the last video, I'm still recovering from that emotionally.
Jeremy, yeah.
Didn't he wear a super ugly Richard Mille as well?
The green
No,
one
I'm
on.
still not well. And that picture pops up once in a while on social media, and I cry a little bit every time. I just can't.
He's an odd guy. If you don't know the show and the actor, he's an intense kind of method actor, and he's off the camera, he's very reserved and strange. He wears bizarre pastels and weird Bermuda shorts with knee socks and pom-poms and very unusual choices. That's all I can say. But he's a terrific actor.
Look into that later.
It's a great show.
He had a green waistcoat on and a green Richard Mille that you wouldn't give to your worst enemy. Like it just looks awful. This thing, I have to say, it's not like I'm coming round to Richard. Like I am a little bit like the RM61 series. I'm interested in. They're just way too much money. I mean, I don't have 300 grand to drop on a watch. This thing is easily $1 million if you could get your hands on it, and it's probably one of one. What I like about this is that because she's so distinct, and she's wearing this, I don't know of any other women who wear RM. You know what I mean? So I like that angle, because she's like, fuck you guys. RM made me my watch. I don't need to buy an RM11 like the rest of you. Like, they gave me this. I wanted a white one and a black one. and then they were delivered to my home, and now I'm fucking rocking this. So I'm gonna give her a 5. I think it is a bit stupid looking, but all RMs are a little stupid looking. So what are you gonna do?
They are.
You're forgiving them too much, but it's okay. That's your opinion. You have a good heart.
He gave her a 0. So
well, she's cashing the check. She's cashing a check. She's an ambassador for the brand. It's an ugly brand. That watch, black and gold, it's a 70s sex motel. That's what it looks like to me. Black and gold is horrible. It looks like smoked mirrors.
It looks like the bedroom where Fredo wakes up and answers the phone call to Johnny Ola in the middle of the night, and his wife is lying asleep next to him. It's all black satin and gold everywhere. Yeah,
at least it paints a picture.
No Endless Time outfit 10 out of 10. Watch 0.5 out of 10. Watch 5 only, says Mike Lewis. Pez dispenser indeed, Captain Hospital. It is, I guess. This is rough, man. 0 for the RM. 0, man. Nobody's liking the RM.
She gets hungry. She's good. She's good to go.
Yeah, we're sticking with that.
But she's a goddess, regardless.
Next in line is this hunk of man. Do you like this fella? Alexandro Bones or whatever? I'm asking you.
I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is.
He's a Venezuelan actor.
Don't know.
I mean, it's Cannes Film Festival, so you're going to have the full gambit. You're going to, it's going to be the full spectrum. People from the Far East and all over the world, right? Lots of French cinema heroes that nobody in the States really knows. So this guy's a big deal, apparently, in Venezuela. He began his acting career with the film Así del Principio, and later was hired by Televisa to act in a telenovela Lola. So he's big in the, he's probably in some award-winning Spanish-speaking movie. But anyway, he's wearing a Chopard, beautiful, you see, full strike white gold watch. A masterpiece of craftsmanship and luxury. What do you think? I think this is fucking pretty badass. I mean, he's a cool looking dude. He's dressed very well.
Beautiful, beautiful tuxedo. I can't tell from this screen, but is that midnight blue or is that black?
The suit.
Yeah.
It looks like midnight blue to me. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love a midnight blue tux.
We don't like a black tux, do we?
Well, it can be beautiful, yeah, sure.
This is a nice take on it, though. It's a little fresher and suits him.
His bow tie is black.
Well, he's a handsome guy. The watch is gorgeous. Definitely, I love the strap, the contrast. Beautiful. Yeah. Is that partially skeletonized?
Yeah, on the front. Yeah, it's all open heart and everything. You can see right into it.
I don't particularly love those style watches, but it is beautiful. It looks great on his wrist. He's well coiffed. He went to the coiffeur and got a trim, and probably went to the barber. Looks good.
It's about a 42 mil watch, I think. It's hanging off his wrist like it would off mine. Looks like a butch fella,
Yeah, he looks like a slab of beef.
Yeah, the watch is nice. Yeah, the watch is nice. I mean, he's very obviously like hunky guy. So I feel like this is a nice, elegant touch, and without being too small. But really, like the dial is stunning, and I like Chopard. So I think I'm going to give him a high rating when we do. But yeah, I think he looks gorgeous, perfect.
No Endless Time.
It's so sophisticated.
He's
Chopard now producing in-house movements. That's interesting.
Really? Chopard. And I love just the brand having the exposure, revered brand, everybody, all the big brands get their Rolex and they all get too much airtime.
Yeah.
So I think it's great to see the variety.
Yeah, I mean, this watch is probably less than 20 grand, less than 15 grand easily, Yeah. If it's white gold, if it's white gold, then it's more. Sorry, if it's white gold, it's going to be a lot more. If it was steel, it would be way down there. It wouldn't be. Chopard don't really fetch those kind of crazy prices because they're not a hype brand. But there's a lot of taste in there. I think. Old Watch Ladies in the house. Great to see Old Watch Lady. Most movie stars
Hey.
are short. That is a fact.
Yeah, we were just talking about that in the last video we did together. Short with big heads.
Yeah.
They all have big heads. That's for sure.
I don't know why, but they do. But they don't look bad,
better.
which is true.
Film's better. Maybe it does.
He's a James Bond baddie. Is that what he is, Shane? Interesting.
Which one?
He has that good look. He definitely has that kind of strong look. Anyway, for the watch, I'm giving him 9 out of 10.
I concur. 9 out of 10. Gorgeous.
I'm going to give it a 10. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's stunning to me.
Yeah.
It looks very elegant and also masculine at the same time. Yeah, he's such a masculine guy, but wearing something so like elegant and intricate, it's just beautiful. So 10 for me.
He could have overdone it, couldn't he? Because he's so hunky. Had he gone for some kind of strong Rolex Sea Dweller, it would have been maybe too much. He's pulling it back a bit into the elegance there with that. So you're right.
Agreed. Amazing.
Next in line. Who is this? I have to look up.
I have no idea who that is. Is he a K-pop singer?
Zhu Yiliang. Let me tell you what he is. No, he's an actor because this is Cannes.
The Cannes Film Festival, yeah.
The film festival, yeah. I don't know who he is. Yeah, he's an actor. And he is wearing the Chopard again.
Wow.
Flying T-Twin baguette watch. So Chopard are really pushing here. A stunning fusion of elegance and innovation. So it looks like it's got baguettes all the way around the bezel there. And an open heart tourbillon there. So it's gonna be, because it's tourbillon, it's gonna be in the 150,000 range or 100,000 range, something crazy like that. Looks okay on him. I mean, is he tall? I mean, it doesn't look that big on him. Maybe it's like a 38 mil.
Maybe it's like a 36 mil.
Now there's an example of all black, wearing all black. Not bad.
Not a fan. I like contrast.
Not great.
It's not great.
I like all black, but only when it's like Patrick Bateman, you know what I mean, or like like it's gotta give that kind of vibe. This is not like, he's really small, and I feel like this suit, honestly, the jacket does not fit him right. It's okay if it's long, if you're trying to go for a fashiony thing, but I don't feel like it fits him. But he looks pretty small, so I think perhaps they were trying to make him look bigger. Yeah, I think they were trying to make him look, a little bigger, the stylist, which is understandable. But I don't really like the tourbillon personally, even though I understand that that's beautiful craftsmanship, but I don't really like it.
No, you're right. I don't like tourbillons either.
I don't like the
diamonds. Why? Because you'd prefer a cleaner dial? Is that what you're saying? Aesthetically?
It just really, it really depends, because I come from a standpoint of just looking at it aesthetically, right? So when I see it can be really busy on the dial and attract me, but also sometimes not. And it just depends on how everything comes together. That's just how I look at it. This one, I don't think it's doing too much necessarily because it's relatively plain, but I don't like the diamonds. I feel like, or baguettes, whatever. The diamonds on the outside plus the tourbillon, I don't like that combination. But for me personally, I don't ever like diamonds on a watch. The Piaget that we were looking at from the weekend, Abel, whatever his true name is, that was different because it did look like just a piece of jewelry. So I have a different opinion about that, but
I'm not sure the diamonds are really adding much to this watch. It's a bit,
if at all,
it's a bit redundant, isn't it? Like, you kind of have to take a second glance to even realize they're there. I'm sure they sparkle in the real light, but the watch could have been more understated. Probably.
Maybe with a different strap, honestly.
Yeah, it's a standard, elegant alligator affair. It's not making any kind of statement. The jacket is driving me crazy because he's obviously small, because I'm only 5'8", so I know that I luckily can wear an R. You could tell by the cut of the jacket, right? When it tapers at the bottom of the lapel, that's a short jacket. So it would have been the tailor's job to pull it in on the sides to give it because he's slim as well. He could have easily pulled that off, but a great stylist would have gotten him a regular jacket and had that tailored to elongate his torso and make him look a little bit sleeker. There's too much overhang over the pants, and his pants are also very sloppy, very messy. Were they not pressed?
No,
I mean, they just look like they look like they might even be linen, and the jacket looks like it's
linen creases in them.
Yeah.
It kind of gives off like. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm just wondering if he's wearing
a line and then he went. I'm sorry.
It's
just kind of crazy.
Yeah, it looks like a jacquard. The jacket is a jacquard fabric, and on top of a linen pant. I just don't see what's happening here. Who styled it? If he did it himself, or he had his mom do it. I don't know.
Fries with mayo is very harsh here. He says 0 out of 10 for me. Men don't wear diamonds. No endless time. Chapada is family owned. I was not aware of that. Look at that.
I love that.
There's also Natalie Boole. She said that there's too much black for this outfit. Yeah, I guess.
It's nothing to look at here.
Yeah.
Nothing. And the bow tie is so sloppy. I love a bow tie, but not a sloppy Southern old man kind of Southern New Orleans sloppy bow tie, and he's going to the plantation. It's just droopy.
You have to be such a big, just tall guy that has such confidence.
Big Daddy
to wear,
from Cat on a Hudson Roof.
Yeah, and that's cool in that way. But when you're not that guy, you can't do it.
You just look like a creep. Yeah, you look weird.
Yeah.
Natalie also said, pop of color might have helped. At the end of the wrist. Yeah, like red or something strong. Yeah. Yellow
might have been nice.
Would have helped, but probably not enough.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Better luck next time.
Step up to the gallows. Zoo. What are we giving this guy? I'll go first, seeing as I know you guys are going to swing in with the hatchet. I'm giving him a I'll give him a 4. Just out of the goodness of my heart.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a 2. Yeah, what Dirk was going into about the specifics of what's wrong with his outfit, it's so overwhelming that even if I did love the watch, it wouldn't make up for it. So I'm gonna just stick with 2. Yeah,
I'm gonna give him a 2 as well, because I feel like he just didn't have any idea what he was wearing before, an hour before, and just somebody dropped some stuff off at his hotel room and he threw it on. And it wasn't sized for him. Get a tailor. Hashtag
it looks like he slept in it. It looks like he slept in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it looks like he just slept in it in the limo, did a line, came out, took the pictures, and then that's what I'm saying. Poor guy. I hope he's not watching this though.
Yeah. Now, Timothée Chalamet is a young guy who makes very bold choices, but he's a very small, slim guy. But he also has the ability to, call up Tom Ford or, Heidi Slimane and get some fabulous stuff tailored for him. Always has tailored clothes on. This guy, maybe he's not famous enough yet to make those phone calls, but a great stylist will get you a great tailor. So there you are.
Shit, if you're going to Cannes, you're going to be on the red carpet. Jesus, you got it. You got to do it. You got to do it. All right.
Timothée Chalamet he always looks good because he's got a certain energy too. Like, he's a skinny guy, but he's got a very powerful presence despite how small he is.
This is Manuel Rios. He's a Spanish actor, singer, and model, best known for his role as Patrick in the Netflix series Elite, which I'm not familiar with. He's very pretty, very different to the other hunk of meat. She is very pretty, isn't she? He might have some makeup going.
Well, of course, you're on the red carpet. Everyone should be wearing makeup. Make an effort. Oh, Sheen, if you're on the red carpet, you better have makeup on.
There's nothing wrong with men wearing a little makeup here and there. But it does, the amount he's wearing does give off, maybe that he might be gay, which is fine and everything, but it does look like that. I'm just saying it does. So if he's not trying to, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of that.
Yeah, all the guys, look at his blouse, and this ridiculous, crazy wide lapel. And oddly enough, yesterday, I was talking to a guy who wanted that Cartier. And, ready, ladies and gentlemen, it's quartz.
A lot of small Cartiers are. That's not unusual. This is a tank must.
Yeah.
Okay, he says actually somebody else was wearing. Was it the guy who played Freddie Mercury in the last video we did? Michaela, wasn't he wearing a
Remy
tank?
Malek or
Yeah,
something.
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek. Yeah,
He was
wasn't he
wearing.
wearing a tank must? I think it
Yeah, he
was
was wearing. I
exactly
believe
the
he's wearing
same
the
one.
Cartier.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, once they're under a certain size, Cartier they are quartz. That's it.
They're quartz.
That's just something that everybody's accepted about Cartier. Cartier is about
jewelry.
style and fashion and class.
Yeah,
It is purely jewelry, yes. And you know that it's going to be a very good quartz, if I'm allowed to say that, you know. It's not going to be like a $5 quartz that you would throw in a plastic thing in Kmart or something. But yes, it's not true horology, and it's not about that. It's just about the style, the elegance of Cartier. Once you get over a certain size, once you hit 39 mils and up, then now you have mechanical movements inside Cartier. But my daughter's Cartier, for example, is the Tank Francaise, and it's just quartz. Set it and forget it. Yeah.
Set it and forget it. My rating is girl, please.
Girl, please.
Girl, please.
I mean, I think it suits him. He's slender. He's really slender. He's 24 years old. He's as pretty as a girl. And, you know, he's got to wear...
I don't like the boxy jacket. It's so boxy. It's like a
What's happening
suit.
under there? What's the shirt? What's happening to that
So
shirt?
that
It's got
looks
a
like
big... Yeah, go.
I believe that's like called like a pussy bow. Basically, it's like a big flowy bow on the front of your blouse. I prefer wide lapels over skinny lapels. I would judge that a lot because I've got problems.
I
But
like a
in
wide
this
lapel. I
case-
just don't like the angle
Yeah,
of
right,
it.
right.
If it was
It's
a
too much.
traditional, like the way
Yeah, no,
Tom
it's too
Ford does wide lapel is all money every day.
Edward Sexton. Yeah, no, in this case though, because he's got the bow and that it is giving a blacked out clown. Like you were mentioning the clown for the Rashad meal, but this is giving a clown outfit, but it's blacked out. I don't know about the necklace either. I mean, he is a good looking guy. He looks like my little brother, actually. But the watch is good. The outfit, no. I don't like how much cleavage he's showing either. It's really inappropriate.
It looks like macrame, the choker he's wearing. It doesn't look like pure jewelry. It looks like, he got it at a fair.
Fair. It's so specific.
Yeah.
Why is that so true, though?
Yeah, it looks like arts and crafts. And the jacket, we were talking about the lapels. This is a woman's lapel for a power suit in the 80s. If you were going to work on, like you were in Working Girl, you might have seen that on Sigourney Weaver. It's a box cut. It's got no taper. His sleeves are too short. If you see that, they're crazy.
Yeah, you can see that, yeah.
He's got shoulder pads, and he's got the pussy bow blouse, a satin blouse. Meh. Oh,
and a woman's
hot
watch.
Mess. Hot mess. I don't like it.
I'm giving him high scores because he's wearing I'm scoring the watch here.
Oh, the watch.
For his look, it's a bit odd. I don't know what to think of it. Now that you said that you pointed out that the sleeves are too short, I can't unsee that anymore. So that's going down. But for the watch, he's wearing the right watch for him, for his look. So I'm giving him 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give him a 5 for trying, for effort.
Yeah. I'm going to give him a 5 as well. When you're good looking, you can pull off a lot of stuff. So
he's young. Youth is beauty, Everybody's beautiful when they're young.
Yeah, and I can't imagine what watch would be better for this outfit. I can't.
It's a beautiful watch, quartz or not. It's dark and mysterious, and would look great, with a cigarette and a whiskey or a martini, in a fabulous bar in Canada, Hotel du Cap. Yeah, beautiful.
Next up is Mads Mikkelsen, Florence Lawrenston. No, sorry, I always fuck up his name. Mads. I love this dude. He's got a lot of cool vibe off him. Now, it turns out, somebody mentioned in the chat, and it must be true, that Chopard and the Cannes Film Festival are partners, because this is yet again another Chopard.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of them.
Yeah. So this is the perpetual twin. Yeah, it's a perpetual twin. So it's I guess, is that a tourbillon going on there? I don't know. I can't tell.
It sure looks like it.
Yeah. It matches. I mean, I don't know what is that, a beige suit? What color is that? What does that come out as? Kind of
that's like a sand cream.
Uh-huh.
And it's obviously tailored for him because look at it, it's perfectly tailored. But it is also, it's a cotton suit. So, because you're seeing, if it was a wool suit, like a Super 120 or a Laura Piana fabric, it would drape a little differently. This is cotton, so it bunches, and you get to see a little bit of the sheen, which you see in a lot of cotton suits. It was tailored for him. It's got working buttonholes. This is a high-end suit. This was tailored for him. It could be Richard James of Savile Row. It could be Brioni. It does look very reminiscent of Tom Ford's Gucci lines in the late 90s and early 2000s.
This guy has great hands. I mean, look at the hands.
Great face, great hair, great actor. He's a badass. And the best James Bond villain of all time, Le Chiffre.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He's from Casino Royale.
Yeah, he was Casino Royale. He was at the table there.
Le Chiffre.
Yeah, he's actually trending right now with young women. I'm talking like Gen Z, 20, 21,
he's a hot daddy.
They're obsessed. Yeah, he's the daddy now. Everyone's obsessed. Yeah. Like suddenly. Good for him. Yeah, he's very handsome. He's got a great presence. This suit is gorgeous. I think my eyes translate it through my screen. What I'm seeing is kind of beautiful. I like that it's not too stiff and rigid. I do like that it's kind of bunching because it just shows that it's like it's perfect for the summery months. It's perfect. And the light color, like he really, whether he picked this or someone styled him like this, I'm assuming he was styled because it's flawless.
It's flawless.
Perfect. And you know what? He's lucky because he's aging really well, and he just looks great. He's aging like fine wine. He looks great. Yeah. And the chapeau, in my opinion, despite whether that's a tourbillon or not, I can't really tell exactly.
They hit it well.
Beautiful. It fits so well with what he's wearing. It's so classy, so cool. It's very smart. So I like it.
It's the perfect tone. It's matching everything. His sallow
Look
skin.
at his skin. Yeah.
And the whole thing is just beautiful. It's a perfect line going across that arm. I mean, if that was a very dark watch, it wouldn't work quite as well. Or if it was anything colorful or a big steel bracelet, it would just kind of kill it. He's keeping that that very stoic tone going with that watch.
He looks like he's having cocktails after the safari.
The safari. I didn't expect that. But yeah, you're so right. Cocktails.
I mean, he's going into the house, the plantation house after the rubber tree plants are everywhere. They went on safari, and that's what he's wearing. He's a super daddy. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10.
Me too.
Agreed. 10 out of 10. Gorgeous.
Mads, you get 10, man. I love his voice as well. That guy's got the weirdest, that Danish inflection, that accent he's got is pretty crazy. There's another photo of him here I'll share over because we have to move on to more. Yeah, I knew he'd get 10. I just bloody knew it. There it is again. This has a different dial. This isn't exactly the same watch. They got this slightly wrong. But again, that's a different event. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah. Okay, so it was an evening or the next day or something. He's still rocking more Chopard. So clearly Chopard really tied in there. This watch goes for about 25 Gs. And new look there.
Sex on a stick. That watch is absolutely stunning. Wow. I love it.
I prefer the one before.
Look how casual that is. Yeah, I do too, but this is beautiful though.
Yeah.
Looks great.
I feel like this is more wearable. This is more wearable with different outfits, right? This is beautiful too. Yeah, and I like even his casual looks. I know we're not rating them, but this is a great casual look.
Oh, it's incredible. I love the dial. I don't usually go for Roman numerals, but I love the chemin de fer. The subdials are really beautifully done. Look at the font in the days of the week subdial register. What a beautiful font that is. Oh,
it's magnificent. And the Romans,
what a magnificent watch.
Yeah, the Romans are, I guess they're raised steel or they're applied steel, but they're not too overbearing. Like I'm not seeing them as much as everything else. It comes off really, really nicely. And it's got
I'm going to guess that, Jack. Yeah.
It's got a watch 4, like a Cartier 4. You see there's 4 lines instead of a V with a 1 next to it. They always just put down the 4 lines. It's 2 ways of writing out a Roman 4.
That's an interesting detail.
Very, very classy watch. And again, that chemin de fer is really nicely stated with those big accents, those kind of drip accents, whatever they are. Yeah, and it looks great on his wrist. I mean, again, the fucking hands, man. You're either born with hands like that, or you're not. You know, you can't. There's nothing you can't go to the gym and get hands like that.
Well,
you can fix everything.
You could maybe
else.
work in the fields. Do some.
You're stuck on the
menial labor. You could work. You could be a railroad worker. You could do some kind of woodworking, something.
No, that probably
I can't get over that.
Help. That does.
Yeah, it does. Weathered hands, manly hands. I love hands. Hands are gorgeous.
Hands and wrists and forearms. Of course, the whole arm of the man, but we really just always look at the hands and the wrists and the forearms.
So do some of the boys.
Matters so much. Well, yeah. I mean, seriously, if that's what you're looking at, if you're looking at men, I'm glad that you have, a high class opinion on that, because you're correct. It's the
hands, forearms, and of course the shoes. Always the shoes. Stop.
Yeah, my eyes always look down at the shoes, and I feel bad because I'm just so into like style and fashion. It's not that I'm hating on people; it's just what I like, right? So whenever I have like guests come into my cafe house, I can't help it. When they look kind of nice and they're dressed a little bit up, some people do like to dress up here. I look down at the shoes and I feel bad because they can always see me doing it. And I'm like, oh God, I did it again, right? But I love to look at shoes, a good Spanish pair of shoes, Italian, but you can tell when they're just garbage. But I'd rather see a cheap, inexpensive pair of dress shoes with some effort versus just the dad shoes everyone's wearing. Like, I'd rather see that. But,
Patricia says nails must be clean and trimmed.
Always.
Of course, yeah. Patricia, right.
Manicures, boys. Pedicures, boys. Always.
All watch ladies also pointing out that 1940s Omegas have the 4 eyes instead of the eye before the V. Yes, and all the Cartiers do the same thing. You can do it either way. It just looks a little better. Otherwise, what you have is, you've got a lot of V's. You have a I before a V, then you got V for 5, then you got VI for 6, and it's just a shitload of V's. So they break it up. I don't like V's. I have a problem with V's.
I love the Roman numerals, but that is cool that they did that with 4. I like the details.
It's a way to break it up and make it more interesting. They get a lot of fun out of that. So who else do we have here? This is a different article, obviously, but going back to the same thing. So, of course, Harrison Ford was at it because of the new Indiana Jones movie. He's rocking a Breitling, the Aerospace Advantage, which is a digital watch. There's a lot of pilots wear this watch. Of course, a lot of pilots wear Breitling. But I reckon this just suits him. He's an old man. It's a kind of, he's a pilot. He is a pilot, right?
He is. Remember when he crash landed his plane in California, or he crash landed a plane and he broke his shoulder and it was bad.
Gosh. That's horrible.
Many years ago. He had a single engine, little old vintage aircraft, and he pulled into somebody's backyard. Went through a tree.
Was he on drugs?
No, he's a cranky old man who's got real old man style. He wears mom jeans, flannel shirts. When you put him in a suit, he always looks reluctant.
Did he wear this to the festival, though? Really? I feel like if they even just gave him like a really nice like Eton fitted slim dress shirt, like something like that, he could have it, his style without the jacket if he wants to be easy breezy. But the flannel, I don't get. That looks like he got that at Walmart or like Target or something.
It looks like the fashionable. If he's got money, so it's got to be something good, unless it's from Old Navy, but I doubt it. Yeah. He's getting off the boat.
Not for the event, though. It's not right.
He's Harrison Ford. He doesn't have to impress anyone. He's like,
we're here to judge, so we're gonna judge. What are we supposed to do? Just like pretend because we want to be nice. I love Harrison Ford. He's cool, but. Yeah, but for an event, I don't think so. There's a dress code, and it's kind of not respectful to break the dress code. I don't know how strict they enforce it, but clearly there's a dress code.
Stork08 says Aerospace is a cool watch. Remember, they made it way before any smartwatch, and it was super useful for pilots. A true tool watch. He probably flew in himself.
That's cool if he did that.
He's famous for saying that he was always taking private flights around the world, of course, the big star that he is. And he realized that the guy up front, the guy in the cockpit, was having all the fun. And then, he started learning how to fly. So I think this guy can fly a Learjet. He's probably like, I'm going to wear I'm going to time everything on my trusty aerospace Breitling.
I have a question. Was this watch released before the X33?
I think so. But the X33 is a similar thing. That would be Omega's version of this.
Yeah.
Isn't the X33, though, a bit half and half? Or am I wrong?
It is half and half. No, it's half and half.
Okay.
I think there's several iterations of it. It's a boring watch. The bracelet looks disjointed. It looks a little sloppy, a little loosey-goosey. I don't think he gives a shit, period.
Right,
so,
yeah.
He doesn't look like who cares.
He's working class. I think he embraces that and is not out to impress anyone. Yeah, I mean, he's just... And also, there's another guy with great hands. I mean, I know he's getting old now. He's pushing it. But that guy, he has great arms. And yeah.
Yeah, I know. I respect him. And I totally get what they're saying. Like, of course he's not trying to impress anyone. It's just, regardless of that, or if he needs to or not, like, we still have eyes and we're still looking at what we're looking at, right? The Breitling's, it looks very utilitarian to me. It's fine for him. I wouldn't necessarily have chosen that for a nice event, but it's fine. It suits him, but I don't know about for the event, Same with his outfit. If I saw him walking around in real life, I would be like, great, looks great, he's put together. But yeah, for an event, no. But that doesn't mean that I think he needs to care about my opinion. It's just, that's what I see. So.
Well, I mean, at a festival where there are watches going for $500,000, worth $500,000, he's wearing a $2,000 to $3,000 watch. It's simply, for him, it's like wearing a Seiko. It's a simple tool watch. Anyway, I'm giving him 7 out of 10 because he's Harrison fucking Ford, and I can't argue with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him 6 just because I love him so much nostalgically, and so I'll give him a 6.
What you reckon, Dirk?
That's tough because I love Harrison Ford. I think if I saw him, I wouldn't even look at him. I would look behind him to see who's coming next. There's nothing about this that sticks out at me. I'm giving him a 3. Do better. I don't like it. I don't like anything.
I appreciate your honesty about that.
Yeah, I'd be like trying to get, look past him and go, oh, wait, who else is there? Because it'd be like, oh, is this the guy that's carrying the bags? Oh, of course we know it's Harrison Ford. But it's not making any kind of statement. And he's at con.
I would love to dress him. It would be so fun. I would love to.
Yeah,
Here's another elderly actor worth hundreds of millions of dollars wearing a watch that's only worth a couple of grand. This is a Tag Heuer Carrera. This is, for a lot of people, an entry-level watch into the watch world. It's only $2,500, I would say, not much more than that. It's a nice blue that pops against his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah,
Again,
it
understated.
Blow me away or anything.
Yeah.
He's wearing it loose, which drives me bananas. Ugh.
Yeah, it's halfway around his wrist. Yeah, it's on the other side. People.
What do you think about people that wear watches all the way wrapped around?
Can't take it. It's as bad as flip-flops. I don't want to see that or flip-flops.
It's not that hard to turn your wrist around. Like, why do you have to have it like that? Do
you mean like with the face down?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so there's 2 reasons. I went into that at length one time a while back on the channel. So there are 2 reasons why they do that. First of all, military guys do that. Okay, so when you have protagonists in these movies and they're shooting guns, if you watch John Wick, what's his name in Die Hard, Bruce Willis's character, John McClane, thank you. So many other characters. You see a lot of Tom Cruise movies, they have the watch down. Now here's the reasons. One is to protect the watch because it's not facing out, so it's not going to get bashed. Another is that when you're holding a rifle, you can keep an eye on the time without having to let go of the rifle. You're holding a rifle like that, the watch face is facing you. Okay. Yeah. Another is that the crystal on the watch might reflect and give away your position from a distance. Okay. So it's a military thing. But there's another reason. In movies, consistency is a problem. And when you don't want anything like, it's like when there's a plane going by, everybody's got to stop and then start again when the plane's gone. Otherwise, when it hits the editing room, there'll be parts that have a plane in the background and parts that don't. So when you have a watch, if you're able to read the time, it says 2:10, and that thing, unless you pull the crown out and stop it at 2:10, then you do another take, then you do another take, and you're doing takes all day. Let's say you're working for Stanley Kubrick and you do 120 takes. Then it's fucking 10:10 on your next line. How did it go by 8 hours? So they don't want the face of the watch to be filmed. It creates problems for the editors. And sometimes what they do is they pull out the crown at the end of the shot and then they reset it. If, it depends what kind of director you're dealing with. But most directors are like, just turn the fucking watch upside down. I don't want to deal with it.
Right. But what about in real life? Why are people doing that in real life?
For military reasons. Some people just, they pick that habit up in the military, and they want the watch facing down. They just do that when they read the time. They're just like that. Just see them do that.
Yeah. I appreciate you educating me on that, because I was genuinely curious, and it makes a lot of sense. But yeah,
continuity. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you. Roar of the Tiger. Let's go back to this. Well, anyway, look, I don't know what to say, but this is very meh. I mean, this is a man who probably has fucking Patek Philippe's coming out of his ass. And he wears a fucking Tag Heuer Carrera.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It doesn't make sense. Weird.
Do you remember The Game? That movie, that's a great David Fincher film, The Game. I love that movie. Yeah. Yes. Michael Douglas, he's gotten really old. His dad lived to be like 103. He's really looking bad. The jacket, it looks like Brioni, of high quality. Look at that beautiful shirt. Gord, he's doing the best he can. You know what? I know he's got a drawer full of crazy watches too. I think he chose it for the colors. Yeah. And I like it. I like it a lot. I think I don't like those glasses. Those are hideous.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's literally from like a gas station on a road trip.
That's what it looks like.
No, if he had some really like nice Persoles or something, he would it would tie it in so much better. Yeah. I mean, the watch doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. It's just, it's not the best. It's not. No. It's not really. Yeah.
Not great. Special. Not bad.
Yeah.
What are we giving him?
I'm gonna give him a 7.
I was gonna give him a 7 too.
Because he's Michael Douglas, and he put the colors together. He made an effort. Is it the greatest watch in the world? No, but it works. It works.
He said to his wife, he goes, I'm wearing a blue shirt. Do I have a blue watch? Oh, there's a blue one.
Exactly.
That was it.
That's so true.
I'd like to see a picture of her at Cannes. Is there a picture of her?
There are lots of pictures, but I'm just going through the watches. The next one, of course, is Ethan Hawke, and he's wearing, this is a very expensive one. This is Piaget again. But this is like a whole other level. This is an Altiplano Ultimate high jewelry. I think they have the price. Yeah, 175,000. Baguettes all around it. Completely baguettes on the inner, on the surrounding the actual dial, because that's really the dial there in the center. So that's baguetted in the other direction. These are all in a line like this in series. I mean, it's just studded out, but of course, then with a nice simple black strap, so not just pulling it back there, and wearing all black.
It's a theme. I hate everything about this except the jacket is tailored and it looks good, but it looks cheap. It looks like Men's Warehouse to me. Look at those buttons. What are those made out of? They look like they're plastic.
Yeah,
he's got a $200,000 watch, and he's wearing rings. Men with rings wear one wedding ring and no other rings, fellas.
What do you think about the watch?
I think it's grotesque.
It is really ugly, in my opinion. I agree. It's so gaudy, and I'm sure it is exquisitely expensive and made so well, but it's not. Yeah. I don't appreciate it.
Blah.
I don't appreciate it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the black hands. It's just 0.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. About the rings.
He looks young though.
About the rings can be cool. Just not everyone can pull off wearing multiple rings. I've seen it done where it's gorgeous. Actually, a lot of like Indian men that come to my business, some of them are like really tall and like good looking, and they wear these gorgeous gold rings. Yeah, the Punjabs. And anyway, look amazing. And I'm always looking at the rings and like, it's so cool, it's so masculine. A little bit of Jack Sparrow vibe, you know, in the best way. But for him, I don't really care about the rings. I don't think it's here nor there. But the watch, no. The sunglasses, no. I think that shape of sunglasses is just, it just gives off like cheap Ray-Bans now. Like that's how it looks.
Those are cheap Ray-Bans.
Oh,
Those are
yeah,
like
okay.
those are the base bargain basement
I
$70
think
No.
I
Ray-Bans.
I
think
like a
I
good
think Timmy has
black.
the same pair actually. It's right.
Well, the
I
thing
have
is, I
Ray-Bans,
like
but I
a
have
good
beautiful
black
ones.
pair of sunglasses. Like I like it. It's cool. It's old Hollywood, but just him altogether, it's not. I don't know. It's not really giving off what he wants, I think. The Piaget, like, that is such a flex, but it's also
It's also a
falling.
little gross. I don't think I could wear a watch like that, honestly. I don't
No,
see the
it's
point.
horrible. It looks like the inside of the back of the case. It doesn't look like a watch. It just looks like machined, and that's all.
That's kind of
I don't
true,
know.
actually. There's very little effort other than the fact that they've plastered it with precious stones. There isn't a whole lot that's very interesting about the watch. I think this might be my first 0 of the evening.
Yeah.
0 across the board. Is that where we're going?
Yeah, 0.5, just so I can be different.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I'm
just
gonna
want to be
join her. I'm gonna
special.
join her because she's right. I'm gonna go 0.5. That's good. She's right.
733 diamonds. My God.
Yeah. What does that mean?
For what?
For what?
Why?
For
For
what?
what?
They
Why? Just
accomplished nothing.
it's like they vomited diamonds, and you can't even see the pattern and design that they're trying to do on the
No.
inside of the dial. It's just like, yeah, like you said, it looks like the inner workings of a watch with sparkles poured all over it.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the end of that one. This is Will Ferrell. Now, I love Zenith or Zenith or Zenith, depending on which way you want to say it. I love Zenith, but I do not like this. This is the Defy Revival.
It's kind of hard to see it on him. You could
Let's
scroll down a
see.
tiny bit.
Looks too small for him because he's a giant man.
The red
He's
is
like
popping.
6'4".
Uh-huh.
The red is not a beautiful red. It's got a bit of a sunburst. The indices are horrible. They're so
Just gross.
intrusive. It's got a kind of, it's a little bit octo, a little bit of a
Yeah, the
Bulgari octo,
Bulgar.
but not
Yeah,
nowhere near as beautiful as Bulgari.
yeah.
The crown's weird. The bracelet's too slender for that case. This is a horribly ugly watch. Horrible.
It doesn't look as bad in the photo with him with it on it, like it's shining a little and it's got a nice pop of red, nice pop of color. One of the guys earlier could have used a little pop of color. He's at least doing that. But man, out of all the Zenith watches, why would you buy that thing? Ugh. Not my
Looks
thing.
tiny on him too. Look at it.
He's
It
a
looks
big
like
boy, right?
It
he's a
appears
giant
that
man.
it appears from the picture of it that it would be a really big looking watch, but yeah, he's a huge person. How tall is he?
6'4",
7'2".
6'3". He's like
Oh, yeah,
6'3",
same
6'4".
thing.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about it. I don't hate it, but I just have no reason that I specifically would hate it, but I don't love it either.
It looks like they're cheap offering. Yeah.
-5 for this Zenith. Wow. Bob Sacamano. Yeah, man, there's so many beautiful Zenith watches. That's the worst one I've ever seen, I think. Just can't get my head around it. So I got to give him a 0 just because, I'm thinking about the watches here. I mean, he's just got a regular suit on and a bow tie. That's not a whole
Well, he's
lot
wearing
more.
a tuxedo. He's got an Oxford cut.
Yeah.
He's lost weight because he can get a little bit chunky. He looks good. He's got a trim beard. He's got a very, very perfect bow tie. It's a little skewed, but it's the perfect size for cocktailing. His wife's dress is really pretty. It's Japanese-inspired floral. Love that. Satin. I'm going to give him a 5 because I think he's making an effort, and he's a slobby guy, and he's really putting his best foot forward. I just think he made a big mistake with that. This guy should have been wearing Panerai, a larger watch for a big man, something really gorgeous. maybe a Mega Rastroponte, one of those, something really pretty. This is just doesn't make any sense. It does not make sense with the watch. It would look better on her because she's got corals and reds in her dress. And it's small. It looks like it's 36 millimeters. It's got to be.
It's probably not, dude. It's probably a 40 or 42. He's just a big dude. He's a big guy. That's it.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Yeah.
You know. I give it a 3.
Yeah.
Just for the overall how he looks. He looks good. He looks put together. He kept it simple. And, you know, the pop of red on the watch was smart. It's just that it didn't end up coming across perhaps the way he wanted it to. But it's a bit much when you actually really look at the watch. It's not gorgeous.
Unless
but
the
from
thing
a distance,
looks better in real life than that photo. That photo is just hideous.
I love her dress, though. It's so pretty.
Yeah, that's beautiful silk. It just sits on the body so nicely and so gently. And so feminine. And I do love that Japanese inspired style. So pretty. I bet that's like hand painted on there. It's so pretty.
I bet it is. Love to find out what that is. It's gorgeous.
Next up, of course, was Mads. Speaking of Bulgari,
there you go.
We have Xavier Dolan wearing the Octo Finissimo, reference 103464. I believe this one is steel. Parts steel, parts ceramic. As you can see, it's extremely thin watch. I don't know if you're familiar with this one, Michaela.
I am.
It's kind of it became an instant classic.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
No, I know Bulgari for their mechanical watch.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what they are. But, you know, it's funny. You know, it's funny, Michaela, in the watch world, you know, everybody goes, oh, that's a jewelry house. But meanwhile, Cartier is a jewelry house that makes watches that are very well respected. And Bulgari is now, because of this watch, they're getting all the credit they deserve. Everyone in the 40s and 50s, if they weren't wearing Harry Winston or you know, any of the other great jewelry houses, they were wearing Bulgari back then. You know, maybe Van Cleef and Arpels. You know, this is a storied house. And now this watch, because is this the thinnest mechanical watch in production? I think it is.
Apart from that Richard Mille thing, that's $1 million. That's literally paper thin. It is certainly one of the thinnest, yes. And this guy is not a small fella because these watches are big. I tried one on in Switzerland at Geneva, and it nearly covered my whole wrist. And I've got a big wrist. I mean, look at it on his wrist. It's not exactly hanging off. We have some bracelet coming off of that as it wraps around. So he must be a tall fella.
It's a very sloppy collar. The shirt's too big. The tie's too small. His beard is a mess. Trim your beards, boys. Don't wear the hair down the neck thing. It's horrifying. That jacket looks like he slept in it. It's a mess. The watch looks good. It's got a pinky ring, which usually says bottom to me. Hey, girl.
I'm just thinking of my audience right now. This guy's just sitting there and wearing a Rush t-shirt and old jeans.
Oh.
Hey, I wear Rush t-shirts and old jeans too, though. You know, I mean,
but they're not. They're not at a film festival. You know.
Yeah, they're at Cannes.
You're relaxing. The skinny tie is gross.
It's gross. But you know what? A skinny tie
can work with
a tailored outfit. If you went to Savile Row and went to Richard James and they tailored it, they'd have a beautiful tailored shirt. The collar would be like this. You know, what is that? An 18-inch collar? It's ridiculous.
I've gotten more into like Edward Sexton style. Like I like the peak lapels. I like a little bit of the drama. I don't like skinny ties, but it can look good if you're kind of going for like a 60s vibe, I guess. But this is not. It doesn't look like anything special.
No, it's a mess. The watch is beautiful, though. I do.
Yeah, I like the watch. I like, you know, it's kind of simple two-tone, but they're blended really well. I thought that I wouldn't like it. Yeah, I thought I wouldn't like it, but I do. It's
the
simple.
alpha hands are pretty.
It's refined.
They're beautiful. Yeah, I love it. I love the small seconds. I don't like his pinky ring, but it looks like it has a diamond on it, which, like I said, bottom. And then his hair is messy. Which messy could be good if you're Brad Pitt and you're doing your pimpin' fried green tomatoes. What was that, 1990? Yeah.
You know, the look of Harrison Ford's Breitling was very, like, masculine, you know, utilitarian, pragmatic. And this kind of gives off that vibe, but, like, done in such a sophisticated way. if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So it's
Totally does.
it's more of a refined, elegant. I'm not saying it's like Breitling. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying like that utilitarian look, but also clever at the same time.
I'd like that over any Breitling.
Sorry,
'Cause
guys,
I don't
I'm
love
distracted
Breitling.
here trying to zap all the mosquitoes here. Tim had to do his own show because we ran over time. So it's just
Well, thanks, Skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is that full
no, he was
titanium?
good.
It might be. That looks
No,
like
this
titanium.
I think it doesn't it. Let me read.
Like
I think it has it here. No, I think it's stainless steel. Yeah, polished stainless steel screw down crown says ceramic inlay, brushed dial beneath, transparent case back, brushed stainless steel. Yeah, because there is one, of course, that is titanium. These watches don't need to be titanium. They're already very, very light for the size of them. And they do a lot of sparkling, like the Audemars Piguet Royal Oaks as well. They're good watches, and they're kind of an instant classic, as I said. You know, the kind of the mixture of the hexagon shapes and the round and so on, all those different angles. It's a little bit Chrysler building or something going on.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Style.
It's very Art Deco meets, you know, the octagonal window with the circle. It is almost too many shapes happening, and it shouldn't work, but it does. But it does structurally look like the Chrysler building. I agree.
Yeah, these look like steps. Yeah, these look like steps. You see as they go up. Yeah,
that's an interesting observation. Yeah. Cool details.
I wouldn't be mad at it if the dial was not matte. If I would like to see a variation. Do they make variations of this watch with a glossier or some kind of sunburst?
There are lots of variations you can get in gold. Actually, my favorite one has the dial is sketched like somebody coming up with the idea, like with pen.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's super sexy, really nice. I would buy that one in a heartbeat. They're actually kind of hard to get. I'm not going to say they're super waitlist, but once they sell out, they're gone. And again, a very big watch, very slim, but really, really wide across. So you really have to have the wrist for it. Listen, I can see now that you said about the neck shaving. Now I can't unsee that, but he's a handsome fella, and he's wearing an Octo Finissimo. I'm giving him an 8 out of 10.
I would like to see a better barber. You know, trim the neck to give you your jawline a nice definition. You know, it's just that's a very European. Is he European?
He is Xavier. What is his name? Dolan Weirs. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know. European guys, especially Italian guys, they tend to like Franco Nero. They'll grow a beard, but they'll let it go all the way down and connect to their chest hair, and it's just a grotesque look. Trim it.
Gross.
Trim it. You're not a carpet. You're a man.
Yeah, I give it a 7, just because I like the watch on him. But
7.
His outfit, I'm not crazy about his outfit, but I like the watch. It would be pretty with like more of an iridescent sheen, I think, on the dial. But
I want
that would be really pretty. You were right about that. You were right. That would be really pretty, especially when the light hits it.
Like a navy blue or a really kind of gorgeous midnight blue with a gloss or a sunburst.
That's really subtle, though.
They exist. Subtle. They're beautiful. Yeah. This is Paola Turani. This is she's a model wearing a lady's Aquanaut in white with diamond bezel on a rubber. That's a heavy hitter right there. See the specs of this. 38 price wise, and in every way, it's just impossible to get an Aquanaut. 38.8 mils integrated composite strap. Let's see. Yeah, it's got water resistance. We know all of it. That 48 sparkling diamonds, 1.1 carats in total. Retail price of $50,000. You'd be very lucky to get that. This probably goes for about 180 on the market.
Easy peasy.
Do you think that's even hers?
No, she borrowed it. It looks like a marshmallow.
I'm jealous.
Does she even own that? It's her dad's watch.
Well, listen, red carpets are famous for everybody borrow stuff for the red carpet.
Yeah, like beautiful.
There's no shame necklaces. In it. Yeah,
of course not.
It's on loan from Van Cleef and Arpels or Harry Winston.
I think that's cool. I have no problem with that. I don't like looking at the watch separate, but on her, it looks really
Agreed.
chic. It looks really chic. But separate, no. I would never pick that. And I know it's a Patek Philippe, right? Am I looking at that? Yeah.
It looks like a marshmallow, but on her, it just looks
On
divine.
her, it looks really...
She's gorgeous.
She is, and she's a model. She's striking. She's got stark features. She obviously knows what she's doing. She kept it simple. Everything's really sharp, simple. But that all white watch, I usually would not think, for me, I don't really like everything all white when it comes to a watch. But on her,
me neither.
Yes. It looks amazing on her. It really does.
It does. Looks good.
She's got perfect arms. She's got a perfect little dainty wrist. It looks great.
Yeah,
great.
She's a model.
Watch.
Yeah.
Great summer watch. Okay, and there's our lad from earlier on. Now he's wearing a different show partner. That thing is grotesque.
He's got a different strap on it though.
Yeah. Oh, he does. That's right. He doesn't. Yeah, he didn't go for the full.
That is the worst watch of the day. That is that is -10. That is the worst. First of all, this big bang of a bear, this guy, should be wearing the most rugged masculine thing, and that is the fruitiest thing I've ever seen. That is grotesque.
Maybe he's a little fruity. Maybe he's a fruity fella himself, you know.
He doesn't look fruity.
You know what I mean? You don't.
I know what you mean.
He's not going up on your gaydar? No.
No, but a million gays would pounce on that because he's a big, rugged, masculine-looking thug. But not with that watch. I'd be like, oh, lady, please.
That's reminding me of the really elderly lady billionaire that just wearing it because she can. She's wearing it because she can. It's a flex. It's the end of her life. She's like, screw you all. Look at my money. It's on my wrist.
I'm gonna be buried. I'm gonna be buried in it, and you can't have it.
You're not getting it. I'm dying with it, and I'll laugh at you while you cry. Yeah, no, it's not great.
No.
Zero. Another
the
zero.
The best part of it is the Chopard logo. I just think it's such elegant. Is it Chopard, right?
Chopard,
yeah, that's the classic Chopard logo.
I love that font. It's so perfect. I wish I could write like that.
Beautiful.
But that's hideous in every other way. There's the Piaget.
Everything else about it.
Closer.
So zero.
Closer shot of it. Zero across the board. 0, 0.
0
from earlier. Now that I see it on his wrist,
worse.
It's even worse. That is not worse. That's not good. I
mean, I thought maybe that kind of triggers me. You know that like thing when you see a bunch of little clusters together, it makes you like creeped out. I forgot what it's called. That's what triggers me. I feel creeped out a little bit when it's up close. But from super far back, it's fine in my opinion.
It's something about it that looks like the inside of a cantaloupe. Ooh.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Who's this guy who has a bloody... This guy's got a 5711, the Tiffany, one of the 170 that were going for $6 million. Who is this guy? Who's Kyle Kuzma?
Kyle Kuzma.
Kuzma. Who's he? Looks like a singer or something.
The Tiffany.
I mean, how did he even get that watch? I don't understand. I'm not a big fan of this watch. It was more about hype. It was the final 5711. They teamed up with Tiffany and Co. They used the actual Tiffany blue. I feel like that was just pissing them off that people were calling that Rolex a Tiffany blue when it wasn't quite Tiffany blue. And they wanted to show everybody what Tiffany blue really looks like. But the first one was auctioned, Michaela, for $6 million.
Wow.
Jay-Z has been seen with one in public. But very few.
He's got $6 million.
He's got the money, and he got it before it was even announced. He just couldn't wear it until it was announced. It was probably sitting in his bedroom. One thing I don't like about this is the black surrounds.
Oh, thank you, Lord!
Yeah,
it totally ruins it.
It totally ruins it. Cheapens
white
the
gold
look of the watch. Yeah, white gold. Yeah, just simple gold look. Yeah.
Why?
You're talking about the outline of the black outline?
The black outline on the indices.
It's giving Comic Sans. You know what I mean?
Oh, Comic Sans, my least favorite font.
I'm just it's like a little cartoonish. If it was blended. Sans. I know you do.
It's like papyrus.
You're a man of culture. Of course, papyrus. I know it haunts me.
Papyrus. It was tribal yet futuristic. Papyrus. All right, we've come to. What are we giving that guy? I mean, I'm going to give him.
I'm giving the watch. I'll get with the watch or him.
I'm not even going to get into. It's a white T-shirt under a. I mean, I'm not even going to get into that.
By the way,
whatever. I don't even know.
Men, your white T-shirt's not supposed to show under your dress shirt. Just letting you know, if you can see it up at the top, either find one that's like V-cut so you can hide it, or don't wear one.
Or don't wear one.
You're not supposed to see that. It makes you look so much smarter when you.
He has some sort of velvet jacket.
But obviously, that's not what he's doing. It's not what he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm just like throwing that out there because there's so many men watching. Just a little.
He went to Marshall's and he got a velveteen jacket with a Hanes T-shirt that's loose. It's not even like the slub cotton, which I love, but that is not. And he's got this is a mess. It looks really small on him though. He must be a big bloke.
He's probably he's a 6.
Well, the supermodel is probably like 5'11" or something. So
who is this model?
I forgot her name. I want to say it's Winnie something, but she's so interesting looking. She's
vitiligo,
gorgeous.
I'm assuming, right? That's vitiligo?
I can't say for sure, but definitely some kind of thing. But for her, it's actually helping her career because it's
for her.
Such an interesting look.
Yeah. She's stunning.
I mean, look at her. She's stunning.
Mm-hmm.
You know who has vitiligo? John Hamm.
Really?
Next time you watch John Hamm, look at his hands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to her, it happened in all the right spots here, didn't it? Like, it almost looks like makeup. Like, it frames her beautiful lips and everything.
Yeah. Her eyes
was good to her.
Wow.
It was really good to her. Yeah. That's so funny. Anyway, getting back to the watch, it is small on him. He's a big boy. It's small on Jay-Z as well. It's small on everyone because the 5711 isn't a huge watch. This is a flex. That's a flex. You wear that stupid thing out with that Tiffany dial, you're telling everybody that you have 2 to 3 million to drop on a watch, and you're on their list, which is even more impressive than the money you'd spend on it. It doesn't cost that much if you get it from Tiffany. I think it costs less than $100,000 if you get it from Tiffany, but it's only 170 in the world. And on the market, they're going for the millions. I mean, it's just crazy. For the watch, I'm still not crazy about the watch. Because of those indices, because it's a hype piece and all of that, and it's nonsense. So I'm giving the watch like 5 out of 10. His look, 3 out of 10. She's gorgeous. I'll give her 10 out of 10. There you go.
I'll say, I want to say 5 for his watch. I want to say 5. And then for his outfit.
Bala says he is 6'9".
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
Wow. Oh, he's NBA, maybe. Yeah.
That explains that's why he's got the money for that. Hand tattoos, not a fan.
Look, Jamhadar Harlow is the first one with vitiligo to have walked at the Victoria's Secret fashion show. That's amazing.
She's got a crazy body. It's incredible. Like carved out of marble. So
fair enough.
She better walk at this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You guys gonna even score this guy? Like give any points?
I'll give him a 3. She did. I'll give him a 3. His clothes are a mess. He's a basketball player. I don't expect much from them. The watch is just I hate the 5711. I think it's an ugly watch. It's one of my favorite bands on any watch though. I love that band. It's beautiful. Just, bleh, 3.
I say 5. 5 out of 10. His outfit 0. The girl.
I'll give him a 10 out of 10 for his date.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, she's a supermodel. Supermodels lately are obsessed with basketball players specifically. I don't know if that's always been a thing, but yeah, you'll always see them popping up at the show or at the basketball events. I don't watch sports, you guys. I don't know. And they're just sitting in the front row, plotting, looking at the players. They're plotting. Yeah, it's funny.
Shit. Well, that was pretty harsh. You crazy fuckers. That was wild. I knew you guys were going to come in hard, but wow.
It was so heavy on the Piaget, and they're a sponsor, and it makes me wonder if there were people just saying, you wear this one, and you wear this one, and you wear this one. Was there like a box that they brought up, choose your Piaget, and then the ones, maybe we should have rated the people who didn't wear Piaget higher because they made an actual choice.
Well, Chopard was what was.
Chopard. Sorry,
Chopard. Yeah.
Chopard.
There may have been, like a big box, and would you like to choose a watch? And please wear one of our watches this evening. And to which
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Harrison Ford said, that ain't gonna work, kid.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I like about him in that sense. He is gonna do what he wants, but
he did what he wants.
I feel like these things definitely are like everything's kind of like sponsored, if you will. Like everyone gets put with different brands on purpose.
Business.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah.
It's work.
I was looking through the fashions earlier just to see what everybody's wearing, and I noticed all the same designers were represented. It was tons of Louis Vuitton. It was tons of Alexander McQueen. I mean, and I don't know, after Alexander McQueen died, I mean, it's a revolving door who's in and out of, who's designing for Saint Laurent, who's designing for Louis Vuitton, who's designing for Gucci. I have no idea who's up there anymore, because it used to be, Mucha Prada, it used to be Alexander McQueen, it used to be Tom Ford for Gucci, and then for his own label. These are iconic. Then it was Andrea Falconetti. It's all gotten so milquetoasty. Valentino is dead. Versace's dead. There's so many designers. It looked like everyone had a grab bag of fashion, and it was so many of the same designers. Wasn't a whole lot. There was a ton of Chanel. There was a ton of Chanel, they're confined to a certain aesthetic of the Coco Chanel look. Even when Karl Lagerfeld was the head designer there in Celine, he had to design within a framework. So I think some of those actors also have deals with Lacroix or with any of the big houses that they have to wear them. It's contracts, it's money, it's commerce. So
yeah,
it's fun to see. It's fun to see that the watch world is now kind of second. They're catching up, and they're saying, they're opening up the suitcase. Would you like to wear this tonight? And you can keep it.
Yeah.
Advertising. It's walking advertising.
There's no way that guy got to keep that huge diamond studded thing. He had to give that back.
The Piaget. Yeah, not the Weekend, the other guy.
No, the Chopin. The Chopin. Oh. No, the Weekend. I think that's his watch. I think that's his watch.
I'm sure he owns
that guy's sold 1 trillion records. If Post Malone can have $1 million fucking Richard Mille, then the Weekend definitely can have a Piaget with diamonds all over it.
Can anybody name a Weekend song?
His old albums were at least a little more creative before he went mainstream.
I always thought he sounded like Michael Jackson.
I like his old stuff.
He sounds like Michael. Yeah.
No, he sang "Dirty Diana," the Michael Jackson song, and it was so good. His version is so good. He does sound like him. It's haunting. He did a little more of a dark, ominous version of it, and that's what his old albums were like, or like the trilogy, whatever. I don't want to make you guys mad, but I did used to listen to, or sometimes I do. I put it on, but he used to be so creative, and then once people go mainstream, it's over. Like for most people, especially anybody in the pop or like hip hop, like R&B industry.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, it just sucks, but at least we have that old album, and I like it once in a while. I like a really broad range of music, but his new stuff is just whatever. His voice is good, but you can't even hear it over all the computerized
all the
noise.
Other stuff. Computerized noise. That's kind of she hit the nail on the head.
Dirk, we're going to be talking about Ed Sheeran, I think, tomorrow night, because are you into doing iBashers tomorrow?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, everybody will be delighted to hear that, because they've been asking me now for 2 weeks when
Let's do
another. So iBashers is recommencing tomorrow, guys. It'll be on my channel and on the iBashers channel, so you can pick your poison there, whatever. Doesn't make any difference. And if you can, sub to the iBashers channel. So we'll be talking about all sorts of stuff tomorrow: music, politics, the usual, whatever comes to mind, and there might be some watches in there. Michaela's channel is called Maison de Chatillon. I will put a link in the chat right now for you guys. Yeah, and also in the description, but I'll stick it in the chat right now. If you want to see more of Michaela, you can go directly there right now and check her channel out. She talks about style, she talks about elegance, she talks about class, some watches, I liked your one with all the jackets, the one the other day.
Thank
Michaela.
you.
That was really cool. We were doing like a try-on haul with the jacket. They were some beautiful jackets.
Yeah, no, people seem to really like that one. I sent it to, actually, this is so embarrassing, but I I sent it to Bell staff through the Instagram, and they sent me a message. They loved it, so that was cool. Yeah, I'm growing my collection, but I want to do more stuff like that. Just want to see, like, as my channel grows, what people want to see without like straying too far from what I actually want to do. So far, you know, doing the fragrance reviews, doing the jackets, doing, you know, talking about style. It comes naturally to me. I'm no pro. It's just my personal opinions, but yeah, I've been overwhelmed by the support from everyone, not everyone, but everyone who's come from your channel and come to support me. It's been amazing. They're all just so great.
Fantastic.
Commenting on everything. No, it's like so awesome. So I really appreciate that. And I'm glad I got to come back here today. It was fun.
Bravo.
It's great to have you back. We should talk about perfumes and fragrances on another show in the future. This guy down here knows a lot more than I do about it. I'm still trying to learn myself. I'm a bit of a novice with that stuff. I know what I like, and it's very little. I don't like very much.
That's the battle, knowing what you like.
Right.
Not knowing what you don't like as well, you know? It's a very, very important thing.
Looking great. People are commenting on your hairdo, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
They're loving it.
Okay.
All right, guys. So go check out Michaela's channel, Maison de Chatillon. It's very stylish. It's very classy. It's very relaxing. And yeah, give her a sub. Give her a thumbs up. Hit her with a comment. Come see myself and Dirk tomorrow night around the same time, where we're going to do eye bashers. I'm going to let it all hang out, and there'll be a lot of expletives, and it'll be a lot more harsh than this show.
Whatever do you mean?
All right, guys. Can you kids hang out for a minute while I play the outro? Because last time there was a technical problem and I didn't finish the recording with Michaela, so it just has to finish up its recording. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the show. That was very interesting and quite brutal, but very welcome. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, let's do it again soon. Once there's another event that we can just, you know, harp on everyone, fillet their style. All right.
I love jumping on your fillet bandwagon. Have fun.
All right. Take it easy, guys. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Thanks for the super chats. And see you guys tomorrow night on Eye Bashers. Go over and give Michaela a sub. Let's do it. Get right there right now.